Ho, ho, ho! Happy holidays and Merry Christmas from legendary Alex Cardinale.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Christmas themed Ask Chef Alex Live. I'm your host, the one and the only Chef Alex Cardinale. Merry Christmas, everyone. Can you believe Christmas is just a week away? That's right, Christmas is next week. And boy, am I feeling festive. I am ready for Christmas. But tonight, I am ready to answer your last minute Christmas dinner and Christmas cookie baking questions. This is, after all, a live question and answer show. So if you have any questions that you want me to answer, whether it's on Christmas dinner or Christmas baking, simply post your questions in the comments and I will gladly answer them. I want to thank everyone that is watching this video, whether you're watching it live or you're catching the replay of today's show. I will gladly answer any questions, whether they're live or they come in via the replay. I will still answer them. On top of answering your questions, I'm going to go over some Christmas dinner ideas, Christmas dessert ideas, and I'm going to give out some of my favorite cookie recipes, including a delicious snickerdoodle, a delicious M&M cookie, and also a chocolate chip cookie and a peanut butter blossom cookie. I'm also going to answer some questions that were submitted by my good friend, Jeremy. He has some great questions. And I also have some other questions that were submitted to me earlier this month. So I've got an action-packed Q&A coming your way tonight. This is also going to be the final cooking and baking Q&A of 2022, and it is Christmas themed. So it's time to get our show started right now, and we're going to start with Chef Alex Asks You. And here are the questions you can answer this month.
Chef Alex has some questions to ask you. I can't wait to see your answers. Post your answers in the comments. Chef Alex asks you, favorite Christmas cookie? Favorite Christmas dessert? What are you making for Christmas?
All right, so the questions that I'm asking you again are, What is your favorite Christmas cookie? What is your favorite Christmas dessert? And what are you making for Christmas this year? So you can post your answers to those questions in the comments. And while I wait for some questions to come, we'll answer these questions. So post your answers to these questions in the comments as well as any questions you have. So let me begin answering these questions. My favorite Christmas cookie. That is a tough one. I love all kinds of cookie, but if I had to pick one, my all-time favorite would be a peanut butter blossom with a Reese's peanut butter cup. Now, a peanut butter blossom is basically a peanut butter thumbprint cookie with a Hershey Kiss or a Reese's peanut butter cup put into it. I also like oatmeal raisin cookies. I also like snickerdoodles. I also like M&M cookies, Italian cookies. Another favorite Christmas cookie of mine is the Italian wedding cookie, which is a anise cookie, or it could be a lemon cookie, and it gets dipped in a delicious glaze. My great grandmother, my grandmother, and my mother make these delicious Italian cookies every year for Christmas, and I really love them. What is my favorite Christmas dessert? That's a tough one. I have a lot of favorite Christmas desserts, but I think my all-time favorite Christmas dessert would be anything red velvet. Red velvet is a good representative for Christmas. I think red velvet is a great dessert for Christmas. It's got a combination of vanilla, chocolate, and cream cheese, which is perfect for this time of year. So I love a good red velvet cake or a red velvet whoopie pie or a red velvet cupcake this time of year. So that would be a perfect Christmas dessert. I also love a Yule log or a chocolate cake roll. That's a great Christmas dessert as well. Also, cannoli pie from my Italian bakery Palmero. That is really good as well. And the last question that I'm going to answer that I'm asking you, what am I making for Christmas this year? Well, this year I'm going to take it a little bit easy. I'm not going to overdo myself in the kitchen, but for the Christmas dinner, I'm going to make a spiral ham, a prime rib, and a turkey. And I'm probably going to do a pasta dish. I'm not sure exactly what the pasta dish will be. It will either be lasagna, stuffed shells, or baked ziti. And then for desserts, I'm going to do some homemade cookies. I love baking homemade cookies. They're really fun to make, and they're really delicious, and they're really easy. And then I'm probably going to do something red velvet, most likely red velvet cake, or a red velvet trifle like last year, or red velvet whoopie pies, and then maybe some a white chocolate cream pie or something. So that's what I'm going to be making for Christmas this year. So you can post your answers to those questions in the comments below, or you can ask your own questions in the comments below. So right now I'm going to answer some of the questions that were emailed to me earlier this month. And first question comes from Alyssa. And Alyssa wants to know, what is a traditional Christmas dinner? That's a really interesting question because it depends on one American from another. Because one American may be of Irish descent, another American may be of Italian descent, and another American may be of Puerto Rican descent. And all these descents have different foods that they have on Christmas dinner. So that's the interesting thing about Christmas dinner is that a lot of people have different kinds of food. Italians always have a pasta dish for Christmas. The Spanish and Puerto Ricans always have a pork dish for Christmas, etc. So it's hard to say what the traditional Christmas dinner is in America because a lot of people have different traditions and they have different foods, and I like that. But I did my research for this question, and it is a common tradition among many Jewish Americans to eat American Chinese food on Christmas because these are often the only establishments open on Christmas in many cities. So a lot of the Jews in America, they go to McDonald's or Chinese food on Christmas. And in Japan, KFC is actually extremely popular during Christmas, and that is really, really interesting. But some common food items you'll find on a traditional American Christmas dinner would be turkey, prime rib, a spiral ham, or a pork roast, mashed potatoes, pasta, corn on the cob, and different types of breads. And for the sweet lovers out there, cookies of many kinds have been present in America for Christmas for hundreds of years and often are either gingerbread, snickerdoodles, or sugar cookies baked throughout December and fashioned into many shapes and figures. So cookies are extremely popular for Christmas. A lot of people, myself included, will actually bake cookies and give them away as Christmas gifts. It's actually very efficient to do that way because you're saving yourself and your wallet a lot of money. And a lot of people love a baked cookie because if you take the time to bake someone a cookie, you're showing how much you love them. It takes a lot of work to whip up fresh cookies. And when you take that time and effort and give that person a delicious baked good, they're going to say, well, this is really good. And this person really thought of me, and that's going to make their day so much better. And that's what I really like about being able to bake and get in the kitchen and whip up some delicious cookies is that while I may not be a millionaire, I can still show people I love them by whipping up delicious cookies. And that's something I really enjoy about this time of year. It is literally phenomenal that I could do that. So that's my answer to the first question. That would be what a traditional American Christmas dinner is like. The next question also comes from the same person, and she wants to know, what are your favorite Christmas Eve dishes? This is another great question. Now, for many years, one of my all-time favorite Christmas Eve dishes was veal parmesan. Now, I know veal is very controversial. A lot of people don't like veal because it's young cattle that get slaughtered. But veal is really good. It's a very tender cut of beef, and if it's prepared right, you pound it really thin, you bread it in the finest breadcrumbs, and you fry it to perfection. And you top it with a nice marinara sauce and melty mozzarella cheese, the fresh mozzarella cheese. It is really good. So veal parmesan is one of my all-time favorite Christmas Eve dinners. Now, when I can't afford veal or veal's not in season that particular Christmas, because there have been a couple of times when I couldn't get veal for Christmas Eve, I would have eggplant parmesan. Eggplant parmesan is really good as well. I happen to enjoy eggplant parmesan. But last year, what I did, I had a delicious calamari marinara, and that was really delicious. Basically, I made a marinara sauce and I simmered some calamari rings and tentacles in it, and I served that over some delicious linguine pasta. Now, the thing with calamari is you can either cook it for 45 seconds or 45 minutes. Now, I say that because it's so easy to overcook calamari. And overcooked calamari is rubbery and tough. But there are ways to work around that and not get rough and leathery calamari. Now, you can do a quick saute and then add the tomato sauce for 45 seconds. That would work. Or you could do a low, slow marinara sauce on the stove, add the calamari rings, and simmer on low for 45 minutes, and you'll have the most delicious calamari marinara with spaghetti that you can imagine. That is my one of my favorite Christmas Eve dinners. So my favorite Christmas Eve dinner is veal parm, eggplant parm, and calamari marinara. All right. So um, we have a viewer who says 2 likes done. Hey, how are you? Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying the video. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions that were submitted to me by my good friend Jeremy, and he has some awesome questions that he submitted to me. Now, Jeremy's first question is, why do you recommend Watkins extracts for all your baking? Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I love Watkins extracts. It is an amazing product. It is all natural, and my all time favorite Watkins extract is vanilla extract. Their vanilla is the best. But I also use their peppermint extract in my chocolate peppermint cookies that I make for Christmas. I also use their peppermint extract in my white chocolate cream pie. I used the peppermint extract a few weeks ago when I made the white chocolate peppermint Oreos on the 25th episode of Saturday Live with legendary Alex Cardinale. So I have a lot of uses for the extracts, and they're all natural, they're all organic, and they're all amazing products. So I definitely recommend getting walk-in extracts. Now, if you have a Sprouts Farmers Market near you, they have walk-in extracts. They have the vanilla, they have a lemon, they also have peppermint and a couple others. Now, for example, let's look at the vanilla extract that Watkins has. And I'm reading this from their website. The Watkins vanilla extract is made with the highest quality Madagascar bourbon vanilla beans. Their pure vanilla extract is extra rich in flavor. It is 100% delicious. And as the vanilla extract bakes, it does not lose that flavor. The vanilla extract from Watkins is bake proof and freeze proof. And not a lot of extracts on the market are like that. And that's what I really love about the Watkins products. So that fish guy is in the house, and that fish guy says, I'm going to eat a Wagyu tenderloin. Wow, that's awesome. I always wanted to try Wagyu beef, but tenderloin is really delicious. I love tenderloin. I also love ribeye and prime rib, but I've never tried a beef tenderloin. That is something that I definitely have to try in the future. Merry Christmas, that fish guy. Thank you so much for being a loyal viewer and supporter of mine. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you and all my wonderful viewers have an amazing Christmas next week, and I hope you enjoy the show today. So you can check out walkins.com for all the amazing extracts. And Jeremy Stelhorn is actually a seller of some of the Watkins products as well. And if you don't want to purchase online and you live in Florida, Arizona, or California, Sprouts Farmers Market sells Watkins, and I believe Whole Foods does as well. But don't quote me on that; I could be wrong. So Jeremy's next question is, what would you recommend for a Christmas meal for a first time Christmas party? That is a tough question. It has been a couple of years since I've hosted a Christmas party because the last Christmas party I hosted was in Massachusetts in 2018, and I've yet to host a Christmas dinner party. Maybe next year I'll host one. But if I were to host a Christmas dinner party, I would probably do a beef dish, maybe filet mignon or beef Wellington. I think beef Wellington would be a great Christmas party dish. Serve that with some roasted asparagus and broccoli and a baked potato, and that would be a great Christmas dinner. But if you wanted a more a wallet friendly Christmas dinner, then you could obviously do chicken parmesan or maybe even salmon. There's a lot of great things that you could do for Christmas dinner. But I think beef would be a really good idea. And you could also do ribeye steaks. Ribeye is more affordable than a beef Wellington. But those are some things that I would do for Christmas dinner. That fish guy says, I hope you have a great Christmas. Thank you. And I appreciate you coming to every one of my live streams. You are very loyal, and I really appreciate that. All right, so Jeremy's next question is, what are your favorite Christmas pies? One of my all-time favorites for Thanksgiving and Christmas is a cannoli cream pie. And that basically takes the filling of the cannoli, you put that in a graham cracker pie crust along with whipped cream, and you've got a delicious cannoli cream pie. But a recipe I gave you a number of years ago, a white chocolate cream pie, is also one of my favorites. Now, to make a white chocolate cream pie, all you do is you melt white chocolate, and then you take some cream cheese, about 8 ounces of cream cheese, and a half cup of powdered sugar, and some Cool Whip, and you mix that together, and you put that in a prepared pie crust, and that is really good. And you can also add chopped up peppermint and peppermint extract to make like a peppermint white chocolate cream pie. That would be one of my favorite pies to make for Christmas. I also like to make a Twix caramel pie by taking caramel, cream cheese, Cool Whip, and a little bit of sugar, throw in some chopped up Twix bars, and that is really good. So those were some amazing questions by my friend Jeremy. I appreciate your questions. They were amazing. A reminder that you can still post questions in the comments and I will gladly answer them. And a reminder, the questions that I'm asking you. The questions I'm asking you are your favorite Christmas cookie, your favorite Christmas dessert, and what are you making for Christmas this year? All right, I think it's time to get to one of our first topics of the evening. All right, so this month's cooking tips are actually going to be Christmas dinner suggestions. And I've got some great dinner suggestions for entrees and for side dishes. Now, a lot of people, like I said earlier in the show, use their ethnic backgrounds for Christmas dinner. So if you're Italian, you'll have pasta added to your Christmas dinner. If you're Spanish, you'll have pork and maybe rice in your Christmas dinner. So one of the best things about being an American is that you can combine your American background and also your ethnic background to make for one awesome Christmas dinner. Now, there's a lot of great meat you can have on Christmas, a lot of great meat entrees that are great for the Christmas table. The first one would be prime rib. Now, prime rib is also known as the standing rib roast, and those are used to make ribeye steaks. But the prime rib is awesome. I don't recommend cooking prime rib past medium rare because once it gets past medium rare, it starts to become tough and you wasted all that money on a good prime rib. So prime rib really should not be served past medium rare, but that's just my personal opinion. Now you could also do a pork roast or a pork tenderloin or a beef tenderloin. Those are great for Christmas as well. If you really want to step up your cooking, you can make beef Wellington for Christmas as well. You can also have a roasted turkey or a roasted chicken or a roasted duck on Christmas as well. That is really popular. Pork roast is really popular as well. And then the side dishes for Christmas generally are mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, broccoli and cheese casserole, macaroni and cheese. And then for the Italian side, lasagna, baked ziti, manicotti, stuffed shells are all some ideas that you can have for Christmas dinner. And then there's Spanish rice if you're Spanish. So those are some ideas that you can incorporate for Christmas at your table this year. Maybe you can try a new mac and cheese recipe, a new lasagna recipe, or maybe even a new baked ziti recipe at your Christmas dinner table this year. But I definitely recommend treating yourself this Christmas. Definitely get a prime rib because you only have prime rib every now and then. Generally, you'll have prime rib at restaurants, but prime rib is so easy to cook at home. A lot of people are fearful about cooking prime rib. They think they're going to mess it up. But prime rib is so simple and so easy to cook at home. All you really need to do for a prime rib is turn your oven on to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, and you're going to cook your prime rib for 5 minutes per pound at 500 degrees Fahrenheit. And once it's done cooking, you're going to turn off the oven and leave the prime rib in the oven for 2 hours. And your prime rib will be cooked well. And that is how you cook an amazing prime rib. So those are my cooking tips for this month's Q&A. All right, so I've got two more questions that I'm going to answer that were emailed to me. The next question comes from a good friend of mine. Do I really need to use salt in baking? No, you don't have to add salt to your cookies or anything that you're baking. Salt is just a flavoring agent. A lot of people like to add salt to take away the sweetness of the sugar. If you don't have salt on hand, don't worry about it. You don't need salt. I have made plenty of cookies without salt, but it is a nice addition to a cookie recipe. You don't have to add salt if you don't want to. And if you buy salted butter to make cookies, then you already don't have to add salt because there's salt in the butter. So yes, you can omit salt from your cookie recipes. All right. This next person has the same question. Can I use shortening in place of butter and vice versa? Yes. Yes, for cookies. You could use shortening in place of butter, or you could use butter in place of shortening for cookies. Now, for pie crust, I'm not 100% certain because I haven't made a pie crust before. But I do know for cookies and cakes, etc., you can definitely swap butter for shortening or shortening for butter. I do recommend, though, swapping for the Crisco butter flavored shortening. That would be a lot better and a lot more flavor wise because vegetable shortening doesn't really give you the same taste that a butter would. So if you're going to switch for shortening, I recommend using the Crisco butter flavored shortening. All right now we're going to go ahead and take a quick intermission. Now, this intermission is going to be some special videos that are coming up. So that's going to give you time to post some questions for me to answer and answer my questions as well. When I come back, I'm going to give you my baking tips and my delicious cookie recipes. So don't go anywhere. This fun Q&A continues right after this. Happy holidays, everyone. Legendary Alex Cardinale here. I am a YouTuber and I'm also a live streamer here on Facebook. Heck, you may have already seen some of my live streams. Today, I'm here to tell you that I'm an official video creator here on Facebook, and you, my viewers, can show support by sending me some stars here on Facebook. What exactly are stars? Well, stars are your way to show your support for all the live stream videos that I create. You purchase stars, and the purchase that you make for the stars goes directly towards me, and it'll help me create high quality live streams and high quality content in return for you. So in a way, it's your way of showing your appreciativeness for my awesome content that I give to you. I think it is something really cool that Facebook is allowing me to do. So the next time you watch one of my live streams on Facebook, please consider sending a star. It could be any amount that you want. I have never ever had a Facebook star sent to me, so you could be the first, the second, the third, the fourth, or hell, by the time this video is uploaded, the 100th. But I will be forever grateful if you send me a Facebook star and show your love and support. Because in the next few months, I've got some great videos coming your way. I've got the 800th video coming up on my YouTube channel that'll also stream live right here on Facebook. I've got my 9-year YouTube anniversary, which is now going to be a 9-year live streamer anniversary. That's going to stream right here on Facebook also. So all those great videos, any of the support stars that I get, all those donation funds will go towards prize giveaways for big anniversaries like the 9-year anniversary and things like that. So also consider that. Anyway, as always, I appreciate you watching my videos. I hope you enjoy them. And if you really love my video, and I mean if you really enjoyed the video, then kindly consider sending some stars and showing some love and support by sending some Facebook stars so I can start earning some money from these awesome live streams that I do. Because I really do put a lot of hard work and effort into them. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, and Merry Christmas, everybody. Legendary Alex Cardinale saying, keep it real, keep it legendary, and stay legendary, everybody. Do you want to celebrate Christmas early? Do you want to get a Christmas present early? How? Well, I, legendary Alex Cardinale, know how. I'm inviting you to my legendary 800th YouTube video bash. And that bash airs live Sunday, December 18th, 2022, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. It's going to be a big party, and you're invited to it. There is something for everyone on my 800th video. Aqua Alex is going to go to his friend's house, Daryl Shorts, who is an amazing fish keeper. And for the first time ever, Daryl is going to give us a guided tour of his fish room and show off some of his amazing fish. For the first time ever, Aqua Alex will be given a fish room tour from another aquarium hobbyist. There will be other surprises from Aqua Alex as well. Chef Alex has a great treat for Christmas. 3 amazing recipes, including red velvet whoopie pies, peanut butter blossoms, and Twix cookies. WWE fan Alex Cardinale is going to create his own premium live event. Plus, legendary Alex Cardinale reacts to the 8 funniest comments on his YouTube channel and more. Let's celebrate our hard work, and let's celebrate the accomplishment of 800 videos. It's my Christmas gift to you. You're invited. I hope to see you there. Join me on my 800th video, Sunday, December 18th, 2022, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. Ho, ho. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Santa Claus Alex Cardinale here, inviting you to be a part of the 2nd annual Christmas Bash. Live, Friday, December 23rd, 2022, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. Celebrate Christmas 2 days early with me, the legendary Santa Claus, Alex Cardinale. It's going to be a fun Christmas bash this year. Why? Well, I have a special guest Santa coming on the show. Who will the special guest Santa be on the Christmas 2022 bash? Plus, there will be appearances by Chef Alex Cardinale, who makes some delicious cookies. Chef Alex will show you how to make a cannoli cookie. And there will be an appearance by Aqua Alex, who will show you Christmas-themed fish and many other Christmas surprises. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Join me, Santa Claus Alex Cardinale, for the second annual Christmas Bash, Friday, December 23rd, 2022, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, The Legendary Alex Cardinale. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas.
Celebrate Christmas Eve with legendary Alex Cardinale. Christmas Eve falls on a Saturday this year, and that means it's time for a Merry Christmas Saturday Live with legendary Alex Cardinale. The Christmas Eve Saturday Live will of course be Christmas themed and feature everything you need to make your night merry. Chef Alex gives out his best and favorite Christmas cookie and dessert recipes. Feel the love as Christmas lover Kelly Love joins Alex to spread some Christmas cheer. There will also be special Christmas surprises and more. Live Saturday, December 24th, 2022 at a special start time 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Merry Christmas and join the special Christmas Eve Saturday Live December 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel The Legendary Alex Cardinale.
2022 is quickly coming to an end. Can you believe it's almost the new year already? Saturday Live with legendary Alex Cardinale will conclude 2022 with a Best of 2022 special. This will serve as the final episode of 2022 and the final time the show will be hosted by legendary Alex Cardinale. Live on New Year's Eve Saturday, December 31st, 2022 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Let legendary Alex Cardinale in 2022 in style. Chef Alex will show you how to make mulled wine, a delicious adult drink. On the final day of 2022, legendary Alex Cardinale will announce the winners of the Best of 2022 for legendary Alex Cardinale YouTube channel, and he will also recap 2022. Aqua Alex will discuss the Gold Flake Pike Cichlid. All that and more. Live New Year's Eve Saturday, December 31st, 2022 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel The Legendary Alex Cardinale.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Christmas-themed Ask Chef Alex Live. As you just saw, there's a lot of great videos coming up here on my YouTube channel, The Legendary Alex Cardinale, for the Christmas holiday. I love Christmas, and I've got some great videos coming your way. But tonight, I am answering your last-minute Christmas dinner and Christmas cookie baking questions. So if you have any Christmas cookie or Christmas cooking or baking questions, post them in the comments and I will be sure to answer them. You can also answer my questions by posting your answers in the comments to Ask or Chef Alex Asks You.
Chef Alex has some questions to ask you. I can't wait to see your answers. Post your answers in the comments. Chef Alex asks you, favorite Christmas cookie? Favorite Christmas dessert? What are you making for Christmas?
So you could post your answers in the comments, and I'd love to see your answers. So right now, we're going to talk about our Christmas baking tips. And tonight, my Christmas baking tips are going to be dessert suggestions for Christmas. And I've got some good suggestions for you. All right. Well, it's time to find out my dessert suggestions for Christmas dinner. And I've got some great dessert suggestions for you. My first suggestion would be red velvet. Like I said earlier, I think red velvet is great for Christmas because one of the colors that is so prominent for Christmas is the color red. Now, red velvet is basically like marble cake. It's half vanilla, half chocolate with red food coloring, and it has a delicious cream cheese frosting. So, red velvet, you can make a lot of great desserts, red velvet. Traditionally, red velvet is a red velvet cake or red velvet cupcakes, but you can make red velvet whoopie pies, red velvet cookies, you can make red velvet cake donuts, red velvet ice cream. There's a lot of great things you can do with red velvet, and that is perfect for Christmas. Another dessert that is perfect for Christmas is a cake roll. Now, a cake roll is made in a jelly roll pan, and it basically is like a rolled cake with filling inside of it. Think Yule log. Yule logs are traditional for Christmas. A lot of bakeries and pastry shops make Yule logs, but you can make a Yule log or a cake roll at home much more cheaper and so easy. All you need is a jelly roll pan and a cake mix, and you'll need a clean kitchen towel because once you're done baking the cake in the jelly roll pan, you'll put the cake on the towel, roll it up, let it cool, then you'll unroll it, put in your filling, roll it back up, and you've got your cake roll. Obviously, cookies are a big dessert. Everyone loves to bake cookies during this time of year because they're a great gift to give. And there are so many different cookies you can make: chocolate chip, M&M. You can also make peanut butter blossoms, white chocolate macadamia cookies, oatmeal raisin cookies. Pies are also a popular dessert this time of year. White chocolate peppermint pie would be a great dessert to make for Christmas. Cakes are very popular. Trifle is a very popular dessert this time of year as well. It basically takes cake and it adds a pudding or a custard mixture and then whipped cream. Last year I made a red velvet cake trifle that was really good. Basically, I baked a red velvet cake and then I made a pudding mixture and a cream cheese mixture, and it was really, really good. So, those are my Christmas dessert suggestions for Christmas dinner this year. Hopefully, you like them. All right. And our main event for tonight's show, my recipes. I've got four delicious cookie recipes that I'm going to give you, and I'm going to start right now. Up first, I have my delicious snickerdoodle cookie recipe. Now, if you want to see me make these live in action in person, check out last Saturday's Saturday Live with legendary Alex Cardinale. Just go to my YouTube channel and playlist Saturday Live with legendary Alex Cardinale and watch the December 10th episode, and you'll see me make these snickerdoodles. So here is my snickerdoodle cookie recipe, one of my all-time favorite cookies. Now, people are going to ask, what is a snickerdoodle? Well, a snickerdoodle is essentially a sugar cookie that is rolled in cinnamon sugar, and it is really, really good. So for my snickerdoodle, you're going to need 2 3/4 of a cup all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a half teaspoon of baking powder, 1 cup of butter softened, 1.5 cups of white sugar, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. You can cut that in half and do half teaspoon or half tablespoon if you want. And you're also going to need some cinnamon sugar to roll the dough balls in. So the first thing you're going to want to do is measure out your dry ingredients in a large bowl. So measure out your flour, your baking soda, and your baking powder, and your cinnamon. And then in a small bowl, put about a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar and maybe a tablespoon or two of cinnamon. And we're going to save that for rolling the dough balls in. Then you're going to cream together your butter and sugar until it's nice and fluffy. Add your egg, then add in your dry ingredients, and then get a cookie sheet and line it with parchment paper. And your oven should be preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you're going to use a cookie scoop and or your hands and make dough balls and roll them in the cinnamon sugar and pop them in a 350-degree oven for about 10 or 11 minutes until they're light gold brown. Take them out of the oven and let them cool, and you've got a delicious snickerdoodle. They are really, really good. All right, my next recipe I'm going to give you is for chocolate chip cookies. Earlier today, I uploaded an informal video on chocolate chip cookies. Just go to my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale, and check out my all about chocolate chip cookie video to learn about chocolate chip cookies. But the recipe that I'm going to give you for chocolate chip cookies I have been using for years and is one of my all-time favorites, and I think you're going to enjoy this recipe. So here is my chocolate chip cookie recipe. You're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and you're going to need 1 cup of butter softened, 1 cup of white sugar, 1 cup of packed brown sugar, 2 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of hot water, a half teaspoon of salt, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips or milk chocolate, or even white chocolate if you prefer, and you can add walnuts if you want as well. Beat the butter, white sugar, and brown sugar with an electric mixer in a large bowl until smooth. Beat in eggs one at a time, then stir in vanilla. Dissolve baking soda in hot water. Add to batter along with salt. Stir in flour, chocolate chips, and walnuts, and bake for 10 to 11 minutes. And there is your delicious chocolate chip cookie recipe. Up next is my M&M cookie recipe. And M&M cookies are one of my favorites. I love M&M cookies. So here is my M&M cookie recipe. So for my M&M cookies, the recipe is very similar to my chocolate chip cookie recipe, but it's a little bit different. For the fat, you can choose. You can use either butter flavor shortening or actual butter. But you'll need 1 cup of fat, and like I said, you can choose between shortening or butter, 1 cup of packed brown sugar, a half cup of white sugar, 2 eggs, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla, 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1.5 cups of M&Ms, which is basically a full bag. Preheat your oven to 375. Measure out your dry ingredients, which would be your flour, baking soda, and salt. Then in a stand mixer or by hand, cream together your shortening and sugar until light and fluffy. Then add in the eggs and vanilla. Then add in your dry ingredients. Then fold in your M&Ms. Scoop and bake for about 10 to 11 minutes or until nice gold brown. And last but not least, for all my peanut butter and chocolate lovers out there, like yours truly, Chef Alex Cardinale, here is my peanut butter blossom cookie recipe. Now, a peanut butter blossom is basically a peanut butter thumbprint cookie with a Reese's peanut butter cup or a Hershey Kiss in it. Now, for the candy, you can use Hershey Kisses, which is what it's traditionally made with, or you could use Reese's peanut butter cups or Snickers. So for peanut butter blossoms, you'll need a half cup of granulated sugar, a half cup of packed brown sugar, a half cup of creamy peanut butter, a half cup of butter softened, 1 egg, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, a half teaspoon of baking powder, some candy, and additional granulated sugar. The first step would be unwrapping those candy, whether they're kisses or or Reese's peanut butter cups and put them in the fridge so they can cool. Preheat your oven to 375. In a large bowl, beat a half cup of granulated sugar, brown sugar, peanut butter, and egg with electric mixer on medium speed or mix with spoon until well blended. Then stir in your dry ingredients until a dough forms. Shape dough into 1-inch balls, roll in additional granulated sugar, and place on parchment lined cookie sheets. Bake for 8 to 10 minutes or until edges are light gold brown. Immediately press one candy in center of each cookie and remove from cookie sheets to a cooling rack, and then you can enjoy these delicious cookies. The peanut butter blossom cookies are absolutely delicious and are one of my all-time favorite recipes. Well, it has been an honor and a privilege to answer all of your Christmas cooking and baking questions. I'd like to thank Jeremy and everyone who submitted questions for me to answer on this year's cooking and baking Q&A. Now, if you're watching the replay of this video, you can still post questions and I will still answer them in the comments. I hope all of you have a great Christmas and I hope you all have fun baking cookies and preparing Christmas dinner. I would like to say thank you for watching this video. It has been an honor and a privilege. I'm looking at my stats, and this is one of my most viewed live streams for the month of December. Thank you all very much. That means the world to me. It's an early Christmas gift. And I hope all of you enjoyed this video. I enjoy doing shows for you. Anyway, Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you so much for taking time to spend it with me tonight. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great Christmas. Enjoy baking cookies and enjoy preparing Christmas dinner. I will see you for my other Christmas shows coming up all throughout the month. Merry Christmas and happy cooking and baking, everybody. Good night.